Hey everybody, Anthony Dodge, the model train outsider of the Miracle Outsider. And I'm going to turn the tables on you. I've been answering, albeit with bad humor, your challenges. So today I'm going to issue a challenge to you. Now, anybody who follows my live streams knows I love to talk and I have stories. So my challenge is going to be about stories. This challenge is called, and hopefully nobody gets too goofy offended by it, it's called the Old Warrior Challenge. Hashtag Old Warrior Challenge. And what I want you to do is find that one locomotive you own that is still running, that has had the crap beat out of it, it's been dropped on the floor, and yet keeps working. Now, if you had to tweak it a bit, I don't want one that you've completely rebuilt, okay? That's not the story. It's the one, like an old Timex watch. It takes a licking, but it keeps on ticking, okay? Not one you have overhauled and fixed, but even though it's suffered many injuries in its day, it's still running. Now, I have one I'm going to share with you. This is my BR-146-2. And he is my oldest locomotive that I now own because my oldest train I traded away a year ago. Anyhow, if you look at him, he doesn't look bad. But he has been abused, by far the most abused of my locomotives. About 2 years ago, I had to have the entire weeping system in my basement and outside my house completely redone. And long story short, I wasn't able to get all my trains boxed up and safe, and he was left on a table and covered with the rest of my original layout table, which was just like a 4x10 long table. The working crews were supposed to leave my table alone, but guys, they didn't have a lot of space to work with. I try to be understanding to that. And they started dropping these cement blocks they were digging up off my foundation. And they started putting them on the table, and they tipped over, and they nailed this guy, and they broke one of his pantographs, and they cracked his body shell a bit, which is a metal shell. And he's got some dings and nicks in him, and also damaged the cars that went with him, but that's a different story. Anyhow, over time, I finally replaced him with a newer locomotive, a BR-147, which in reality is replacing the Class 146 in Germany. Recently, over the last couple of months, because I have a couple locomotives that are out for repairs or being upgraded, I've had to use him, and all of a sudden I have rediscovered how awesome a locomotive he is, because he has been dropped off tables, kids have knocked it over, the workers have dropped cement blocks on it, and yet he is still running smoothly. He still is probably my strongest hauler. He's not a freight hauler, but he's stronger than my freight hauling locomotive. By far and away, he's probably my strongest locomotive. Still runs, the decoder is still sound, the lights still work, everything still works. I'll show you a little video of him in action here. But that's my challenge to you, the Old Warrior Challenge. Show me your oldest, most abused loco that is still running. Again, not one you have overhauled and repaired and put the motor out after it fell or dropped. This is one that, despite the abuse, in its original shape, he's still going. So I don't know how popular that challenge will be, but I thought, what the heck, I just had this thought and thought I'd throw it out there to see if anybody does it. So that's my challenge to you, the Old Warrior Locomotive Challenge. That one locomotive that has been abused and beat up, and without you fixing it or overhauling it. You know, general maintenance is one thing, but just, it's been through a lot. Tell your story and show off the locomotive, all right? That one locomotive maybe you've even forgot you have. It's like, you know what, it's been in a box for 10 years, and you put it on the track and it still runs. Got left out in a cold garage forever, and then piled up in cobwebs and everything. You cleaned it up a bit, put it on the track, and it still runs nicely. So, for the third time, fourth time, that's my challenge. The Old Warrior Challenge. All right, I will see you later. Take care. Auf Wiedersehen, tschüss, and happy trains.